right, let's do a day in the life of a 37-and-a-half-year-old HVAC business owner.
First things first, got to bring out the doggo because he gets super anxious. Don't want any accidents inside. It's been so weird that it's been so gloomy for a couple of weeks because it's usually super sunny here in Texas. But yeah, our daughter, he has a new assignment. This is Rex. And our daughter wanted him like in her room now. So she feels comfortable. So he is now the guard dog and watchdog for her room. And I live with women, so they get to use the restroom. They have to be somewhere at a certain time for work, school. I don't. So I usually get ready like after. All right, so we're ready. Like I said, I'm not in any rush. Usually I'll go straight into work, start my jobs for the day, and the way it's always been is as long as I get to my calls or knock out my list, I'm good, right? Whether I start at 7, 8, or even 9, and we do a lot of fast food, so guess what? Guess what? They don't even get there till after 8, right? So it is what it is. We used to do like IHOPs and these breakfast places that open like at 6. So like I've been there, done that, paid my dues, I would like to think. But now, like a lot of you know, I'm self-employed, and that's where that flexible schedule comes in. And maybe some of you won't like where this video is heading, but we're gonna start in the office today. I try to avoid this at all costs, but my dad actually just texted me. Do you want to know how many invoices I'm behind? So he's like, can you please catch up? We are 48 invoices need to be submitted, so I need to get to that. So I'm gonna start a little bit easier. I'm gonna get through my emails first. So that's another thing. Emails, checking on parts that have been ordered, pricing. I feel like nowadays you guys got to keep up to date on everything. So just a really quick reminder is to always check, because Curtis HVAC guy did a video, but he was looking for an R22 replacement, which is 422B. Now for me, I use everything else. I have not converted yet to 448, which I probably will very soon, but have not gotten that one yet, or the new 454B. And I'm not hearing good things about the R32 either as far as pricing. If we go into 454, the thing is here. See, it went up to about 678. I don't know if you guys can see that, but 678. Used to say we have 20 whatever drums in stock. Now it says call for availability, which means basically that there's none in stock. And if they had any close by, it would say, or it would give me the other locations that had it close by, or even the last option here on the Johnstone list. After all the stores that are here close by, it'll say the distribution center has so many, we can get it in 1 to 2 days, right? That is not even an option anymore. So 454, I heard, is now 800 to 1,000. Some people are paying 1,000 for it. So I'm not going to be using personally that anytime soon. See, what's funny, I mean, it's supposed to be like a tank. The actual tank they can't get. That's what's making it. But it shouldn't. Why would it cost more? I don't get that. I know it's supply and demand and all that, but why not keep it the same price, but you run out of them, right? Then it's okay. Oh, we don't have it. For something that we're enforced to use, all the new equipment is going to have either one of these. For 10, you got hundreds and hundreds, and it's only $260 for me at my supply house. Make it make sense. When did Whataburger change their app? All right, guys, so I finished my emails and pricing and everything I had to do for that. The invoices. Let's take a little breakfast break, go down the street to Whataburger, and continue after that. And I do have like things that I got to do today, so we're gonna get through that. But I just really wanted breakfast today. I normally either make a couple of eggs here at the house, something not bad in calories, not bad for you overall, but I don't know. I just really want takeout today, and I'm gonna eat horrible today. That's just a given, and I'll explain in a little bit. All right, secured the bag. Gonna have some breakfast while we finish our invoices. Now, why do I get so behind on invoicing? There's a few reasons for that, right? So I just don't like doing it. I've been tasked with this, the billing, the online, anything online, anything with computers, documents, anything like that. I've been asked to do that since my dad started like in '07. So I actually started behind the desk, behind the computer for him to do invoicing, the billing, any PDFs, any documents, any contracts. And then to go even further, I mean, I'm getting off topic with this, but like any logos, any uniforms, designs, wraps, business cards, brochures, advertising of any sort. So that's always been my thing. Now, I've said this plenty of times on my podcast and, other things where I can't sit still. I don't like to be behind a desk. So one thing is I don't like to do it. Another thing is I'm always out in the field. I am the licensed contractor. I've been the licensed contractor since my early 20s. I am, like I mentioned, older now. So I'm the main guy that goes out to all the difficult calls. I go to all the installs, change outs, anything like that. As a business owner, especially this year, I'm realizing and I'm trying to hold back a little bit and let the guys out more. Help them out, but don't do the work is what I'm trying to focus this year on. We've hired a couple of guys now, so we have the help. It's just I'm used to doing all those jobs. So I might not do them all anymore. I'm still going to run calls because we've been super busy. Business has been good and all that, but like I said, I don't like to be behind a desk. I'm always out in the field, which is I always try to get out of paperwork and maintenance. If there's any calls that come in, I try to go do that instead. So I like the difficult calls. I like thinking. I like problem solving, all that. So that's just me. Residential guys are allowed to go do the work and bill, or go do the work and someone else bills. I like there's different ways, but you get paid on the spot or financed, right? So you get your money almost right away or through financing and all that. So commercial is at least 30-day net. It used to be more, but 30-day net. And the way we do things is that everything has to be done online. So not only are we online to where something like Jobber was new to us a couple of years ago, we were doing paper invoices up until then. So I am much relieved. Like I said, I've been doing this since we started the business, and I had to deal with all the paper invoicing and collecting in person. I still have to drop some off in person, but like it's not as bad as it was before. Like I had to go collect from all the guys. Once smartphones were common, like my dad actually had one and all that, we could like take pictures of the invoices and send them that way. That way I could type them up, because I had to type everything up and submit them and all that. So there's different ways that it's evolved. I'm so happier now that we have Jobber that runs our business and does everything now. But yeah, a lot of our customers switched to online as well, or even before we did. And I have to submit online through their website. So like not only do I do the invoicing on Jobber, then I got to copy and paste that basically to a commercial website, whatever they're using, whether it's Corrigo, Verify, Zenput. There's a few of them that our customers use. And that's just for their records. Also, kind of like, because one of them does make me take pictures. So it's just kind of like a reassurance for them. So we deal with a lot of different things on the commercial side to get paid, to make sure we get paid. And a lot of them come with NTEs, which is a not to exceed. I have a limit of like $500 normally. And if you guys know, $500 is like the bare minimum. So that is like if we go out there for a couple of hours of work. Now, once you start adding motors and specialty parts and refrigerant right now, like I mentioned earlier, my God, once you start adding all that up, it's like $1,000 at least, right? So a lot of those invoices have to get approved. So like if I bill something, I give the customer the invoice and then I leave that day. I can't immediately at the end of the day go and put that into the computer to get paid. If I do at the end of the day, even days later, I go check, the NTE has not been approved or raised. So then for me, like if I have to keep checking every day, I end up forgetting. A week later, I have all these invoices that finally got approved and then it's like 30, 40 that I'm behind because most of them needed to be approved or raised. So I forgot to mention, there has to be levels of approval before it even hits my portal for me to submit online. So if we don't go over the NTE, like I said, you're good to go. You're good to bill. But it has to go through like several levels of approval, which is like the manager at the store, the area manager, and then final approval, something like that. So if we leave a job site and I submit it and I close the ticket and everything, I even go online and close it. I check off work complete. I put in my hours, everything on their website. It'll say pending site approval and then pending final approval. Like they have to go in there themselves and say, yes, they were here. Yes, good job. They rate the work. I think they do a lot of things before it even like comes back to me for me to input my pricing and the invoice number and all that stuff. So that's why I get backed up all the time. Just, the life of a business owner. All right. So we got through breakfast, caught up on our invoices. There's still going to be like 10 that I can't do because they need to be approved. Pop the cold one. I had to take some medicine, some, pain relievers. I have a high tolerance of pain, so I don't need it, but just in case. I got a root canal yesterday, and on Monday I got some other ones that had to be touched up. And the reason I'm trying to get all this done before it gets really crazy, right? The dentist, the doctor, everything. Because I actually chipped a tooth, and only for that reason did I go in and I'm like, yeah, just take care of whatever needs to be taken care of. So I got my back teeth pulled, I got the root canal, and I got a touch up, and I'm still waiting to get that completely done because I guess it's a 2-part thing. So it's been a weird couple of weeks trying to get all that done, trying to get caught up on work, paperwork. If you guys are interested in a 2-week free trial and 20% off your first 6 months, which if you guys are looking to start a business, you just started your business, or even if you're like us, it took you 15 years to actually upgrade and go digital, you guys can check out the link below or the link on the screen right here. If you go to my referral link, you get those benefits. You can get started with Jobber, and it's a CRM that we switched to. I tried some other ones, didn't like them too much, and what I really like about Jobber is they're integrating so much where it's seamless and easy to pick up. I have older techs that picked it up, no issue. At the end of the day, even our new guys, the young guys, at the end of the day, they're invoicing. As soon as I show them how it works, they're already invoicing. And with it being all remote, I can update pricing as I need to. I can go fix any errors that they made. They're adding AI to everything. So I noticed one of our older guys is taking advantage of that, because you can write out your message and then you can have, there's a button on the bottom. It's an AI thing where it can rewrite that for you, fix all your punctuation, your spelling, everything. But on top of that, you can tell it to sound casual, sound professional. You know, it has a few different like moods to pick from. So I noticed one of our guys has been using the professional rewrite feature, and all of his stuff is like, it sounds super technical now, because he can write all the fancy, you know, I checked superheat, I checked the charge, I checked this, pressures, and it'll keep those words, but it'll write it out nicely. So, you know, where you're just kind of typing incomplete sentences and run-ons and stuff like that, it can rewrite that for you with AI, and they're introducing so many new features. So go check it out for yourself. No strings attached, free trial. Like I said, if you don't like it, you don't have to keep it, and you get that discount if you do like it. I think the plans are pretty reasonable and cheaper than most, so why not check it out? And Jobber has really good customer service, really good people. And if you have any questions or issues, ask me and I'll get to them. Oh shit, how do we end up here? What does that look like? I'm not here super early because like I started in the office. It was dead when I got here. Now the parking lot is already super packed. So I went and got a few things. Let's do a tool haul real quick. So I got a couple of these thinner or half size mounts for the van for my battery packs, and I might put one in the front with some baskets, you know, things like that. All pack out. And so I got the basket. I got a couple of bins to see if we can, you know, just have a catch all. Maybe have the parts for the day or the next call and just kind of have them there ready to go, because I usually just have them thrown on the floor or thrown on the seat, whatever. So, you know, like contactors, thermostats, specialty sensors, stuff like that, just so I don't lose them, right? And I also got my dad like a regular mount, because he is starting to build out his pack out in his truck, and I think he's also going to build out like a setup in the van, my old van. So I don't know if you guys have noticed also, these half sizes are a little bit different. They have a more flush mounting area now and more holes. It used to be just, I think, the 4 in the corners. So now you have all this rail here and it is flush. So it makes it so much easier. You don't need it doesn't have to be super deep of a screw. I can mount these so much easier than, because I have one of each in the back right now. And these new ones were just super easy to screw into any area that I had. My dad walked away with my measuring tape, so I got a new one. Just the cheap 16 foot. I don't do anything crazy. And I do have a digital laser measure tool. I don't know what you would call it, but if I need to get a whole room or a box that is like much bigger than that, 16 feet, then I will bust that out and we can do like a full room measurement. My dad also walked away with a hammer. So I just went and got, of course, a Milwaukee one, nothing crazy. This is the 12 ounce simple $20 hammer. And this is a 2-piece bin. I think you get dividers in there. And you get a tray. So there's a whole bunch of uses for that. I'll see if I don't use it for something else. Just thought, like, I just wanted the open bin, honestly. So yeah, I do work with Milwaukee. I just don't abuse it. So I'm buying a lot of the smaller things, and they're sending out basically anything that's coming out or any larger tools, stuff like that. Milwaukee doesn't pay me. I still buy their stuff. They just support the channel, and I greatly appreciate it. The sun keeps trying to shine through, but it is cloudy for the most part. So I need to run some errands today. Like I said, I do have some maintenance to do, but just had to come to a certain Home Depot. We have like 3 of them here in town, and there's like obviously more the further we go out. So we have a Home Depot in every town, and the ones that are closest to me don't actually have a lot of the pack out stuff, which is weird, and I didn't want to have to order it. So I was like, oh, I'll just come to it's the furthest closest one. So I just went to it. And like I said, my dad needed a couple things. I needed a couple things to finish kind of the van setup for now. I'll show you guys the update on that soon. And now I'm going to do some boring stuff like get gas, and I need to see what parts I need to stock up on. But for the most part, I'm doing maintenance. So it's just, you saw me load up the tool bag there. That is for ice machine maintenance. So all I need is some hand tools and some cleaners. I should have put in some towels too. So anyway, I got a lot of maintenance to do, so I'm gonna try and do that after lunch. Right now, like I said, boring stuff. And then funny, this week just happens to be everything. So I had the dental stuff going on this week, and now I was told that our daughter has eat with your parent day. I forgot what it's called. Eat with your kid, eat with your parent. I didn't know if I was gonna make it, but obviously I make time for this kind of stuff. Again, self-employed. So I rearranged my schedule to where I can catch up on work this morning, go get the things that I needed or that I wanted to buy today, right now. And then right now I'm gonna gas up and look over some parts, and then go to pick up McDonald's, obviously, and then go to my daughter's school and eat with her. It's like a 30-minute thing, so it's not a big deal. But I want to be present. I want to be there. My dad did that for us. He was always at our school. And that's something you don't forget, right? So kids don't, I've had this conversation before with a lot of bigger guys. Kids don't remember how much money you made or even the materials that you had. Like, I don't remember all the toys I had or anything like that. I remember the time that my dad took, whether it was taking us to school, picking us up from school, chaperoning, or volunteering to, different things, whether it was like eat with your kid at lunch, or movie days, or whatever it was, where he could come in and volunteer, things like that. And we did all the events and special activities and all that kind of stuff. So I remember that. My kids are going to remember the same thing with me if I'm there. So that's more important to me. So I rearranged my schedule. I'm going to go pick up McDonald's, go eat with my daughter, and after that we'll get some maintenance done. And then I got to go pick up my son, because I like to pick him up from school, and we'll see how that goes. I am very excited for tomorrow though, because like I said, everything happened this week. All my dental, daughter's lunch thing today. Tomorrow at my son's school, because I go to different schools, is take your kid to work day. I don't know if it's a national thing, but it's take your kid to work day. So tomorrow, the only bummer is that he has to be there till 10:30. So I'll run some calls, probably maintenance, and then I'll go and pick him up at 10:30, take him with me to a call, take him to lunch, go back to work, it'll be a field day for me. We'll see if he likes it. You hustle a lot when you start, whether you're a technician or a business owner, right? Like, when you're a technician, you're at the bottom, you work your way up. And then when you open up your own business, guess what? You get knocked down, because you're at the bottom of businesses. You're the new guy, and then you build your way up, right? So I've been through that. I had the benefit of my dad doing or starting it up, but I've been there since day one. It's mine as well. I do the HVAC. He does cooking equipment, so it's not the same. We each had to pull our own weight. The thing is, when you're a business owner, I'm not saying it's for everybody, right? It's 24/7, but you can set boundaries, you can set your schedule, you can do all of that. Like right before I left, I was actually going to try and record a like a sponsored post that I needed to do for one of my sponsors, and there was somebody working in the yard. They're doing something with the in-laws, have somebody there doing something, so I didn't want to be out there with all the noise and everything. The content is a whole other thing. I don't want to get into that too much, but like I was going to show you guys like me actually making a video. Maybe I'll do it later today, but if I don't get to do it, it's not the end of the world, content creation, because I have those boundaries, right? So right now this is like a vlog style video. I don't really do these, so we'll see how it turns out. But I think boundaries are important, so I get to do whatever the hell I want because I work for myself. I do have to work after work. I do have to deal with a lot of things, headaches, things like that. And, you know, sometimes stay up late and catch up, because if I don't make sure everything's done on the back end, as far as like paperwork and all that, you know, we don't get paid. We don't stay in business. You know, I have to make sure that I'm licensed. I renew that. I'm insured. Our employees are paid. You know, there's a lot that goes into it. You worry about a group of guys, not just yourself, if you have guys working for you. So whole different thing. But I'm jealous of the everyday technician that gets to clock out, because you guys don't have headaches after work. But I would think once you start your own business, you can't go back. Like I used to be, like I said, like that. But now I wouldn't have it any other way. Like content that I was talking about, I didn't get to do the video earlier. I might try and do it maybe during the day before the kids get out, because I don't want to do that during family time. So I'm not going to make content. I'm not going to, you know, be glued to a computer or any kind of screen after work or on the weekends. I don't want to. And if it's on the weekends, it's usually I do whatever I need to do in the mornings, and then I have the rest of the day. Like this weekend, my kid has a party to go to. They're little kids still, so I'm going to go with him. Or we do movies or movie night, or they get to pick. We'll go to a trampoline park. Whatever it is, I do not let any, whether it's, because now it is business, personal life, and content creator. I try not to let any of those overlap too much at all, if I can, you know. So little insight. Like I said, this is a different type of in the day or day in the life. That was a nice ass 50s Chevy right now, mint condition. Wow. Which I need more time to work on my car. I have a 63 Catalina Pontiac. I wish I had more time to work on it, but it is what it is. I don't have a lot of time. So I'm going to make some quick stops, and then I'm going to go get McDonald's and go eat with my daughter. Man, this McDonald's by her school always stresses me out. They take forever, and sometimes they lose the order. But they were really skimpy on her fries, so I'm going to give her some of mine. And they don't even let me do double fries anymore. So fine dining today. That's why I said I wasn't going to eat good today. They do have new chicken strips that I'm gonna try. Man, they were skimpy on my fries too. And a creamy chili. Smells really good actually, so I'm hungry. And scrap the maintenance. I got a call now. So we're going to go to a call after this. Which is why, like I was saying, I need to step back a little bit and let the others do specifically the maintenance too. I need to let the guys do more maintenance and more of these smaller calls so that I don't get tied up. Because if I, like I said, I go do this call, it's not out of town, but I do commercial, so it's like 40 minutes away. And that's going to be my whole end of the day there, because then I still got to pick up my kid at 3:30, which I try every now and then. It's complicated. Every now and then I try to have somebody else pick them up, but for the most part, I really try to stick to it. So yeah, I need this business eventually to be able to run without me. Some guy just ran a freaking red light, backed up traffic. So yeah, I need to start thinking forward. Like, this business needs to run without me doing everything. And that's what I'm going to try this year. I'm trying really hard. For sure, I'm going to hand off all of the maintenance. And then after that, I'm going to start handing off all of the smaller calls, which we already kind of are, that kind of deal. But I love working in the field, so that's very hard for me to give up. All right, so I came to switch vehicles. Since I'm not doing maintenance, I need all my tools, all my parts. So I'm gonna get the van. I was about 10 minutes out, so a little detour, and then we'll go to the job site location. But I got a package in. So we got a Hillmore battery-powered vacuum pump. Now this is a 2 CFM, so it's just gonna compare it to like the Hvacr, the tiny one and all that. I'll take it out really quick just to show you, but we'll have a video on this very soon. Look at this little guy. All right, so vacuum pump, it's very robust. They said they've tested it against other 2 CFMs and it pulls down way quicker. So like I said, we'll try it out. We'll show it on the channel in its own video and all the stuff that it comes with, because this one is way more versatile out of the box versus whatever you directly compare it to. All right, so somebody actually came and brought me the parts that we needed. We changed the outlet and we went ahead and changed, obviously, the plug. The plug was burnt up, but the outlet, a couple other stores have weird voltage. I've already told them about it. I don't know what it is. I'm not an electrician. I don't deal with that kind of stuff. I just present them, hey, this is doing this. You might want to call it in or have somebody take a look at it. I can only, fix things as I see fit. So burnt up, they had a power outage, and he said it wasn't like your regular power out type of deal. He's like, it flickered forever. Everything was coming off and on, and then it finally gave out. And from what I understand, from what like my dad told me, that it's a really old plaza. I don't even think we had any storms yesterday, so I have no idea, but he just said that this location has had issues with power outages just here and there. They have like really bad or dirty power, or whatever you want to call it. So fix the plug, fix the outlet, just did our best. I checked inside, nothing inside was burnt up, nothing was discolored, arced, anything like that. I had just came like 2 weeks ago to clean out that condenser coil because they were having problems reaching temp. Once we cleaned that, everything was good. So today, obviously, just fix the electrical, make sure everything is good there. Make sure, there's no power outage today, but make sure everything is good there, and we're done. So I'm able to finish at 3:30, go pick up my kid, and again, benefit of working self-employed. But I paid my dues early on. I used to work a lot. I used to do all that, and I've been there, done that. You want to take advantage of that when you're younger. You don't have a family, you don't have kids, you don't have to worry about that kind of stuff, and still balanced, you know, having a life and working. But now it's more for my kids, my family, date night, being there for dinner, being there on the weekends. You know, that's my priority right now. And I'm able to, working for myself, I'm able to, with Jobber, if you guys want a free trial and discount. It's just important to me because my son does not live with me. He lives with his mom. So I jump on the chance to pick him up. That is just my situation. So every day now, or most days, I'm able to have that 30 minutes or so with him every day. And sometimes it's longer, sometimes, you know, I haven't done it in a while, but I'll take him out to eat after school. You know, we'll hang out, and then I'll take him home. You know, just I take advantage of that. That's my time with him because he doesn't live with me. So I have my reasons. You know, just like anybody would be like, oh, he only works till 3 o'clock. He only works till this. He's not running enough calls. He's not doing this, not doing that. And if you ever say that about somebody, you know, you don't know their situation. So that is my situation. And obviously I have them every other weekend, and I take advantage of that. Like I said, I pick him up because I want to. If I can take him to school, I will take him. It's my prerogative. It's what I want to do. It's my kid, my time. Tomorrow, I'm excited because it is bring your kid to work day, and he is definitely coming with me. The only bad thing is they make me pick him up at 10:30, which is kind of dumb, but because we're going to do some things first thing in the morning. He won't be able to go. I got to go out of my way to pick him up, all that. So that is, like I said, you know, my reasons for doing what I do, setting boundaries, working for myself, setting my own schedule, trying to, you know, balance that lifestyle, and just trying to do everything as well as I can. A lot of times I go back into work, so then I still end up working till 5 or 6 anyway. And when it gets really busy, like a few weeks ago, I was working till 9 o'clock at night. So just because I get out early to get him doesn't mean I'm done for the day. As I wait here in the pickup line, I need to go get the uniforms, pick them up for the new guys. They're ready today. And that's a big detour. So still got to go do that. And it never ends, man. It never ends. All right, we're going to do some inception type of stuff here. It's the end of the day. It's almost 5. I want to make sure I get some footage before, you know, I'm in. We get dinner going. I have nights, HVAC nights tonight, before everybody gets home, before I get bombarded with other things around the house. So really quick, I need to shoot a reel for a sponsor. So I need to think about how I'm going to structure my sentence here. It's super windy. And I think I got it. All right, so I've been asked a whole lot about the Turbo Tank 2.0 and why I use it and how it works. If you guys look down here and you open up this compartment, you got 2 slots for a battery. So on the very top is going to be, I don't do a whole lot of thought into it. It's just whatever comes to mind. I've gotten better at it with time. Believe me, my first videos sucked. So I just wanted to get that over with. That's a sponsored thing that I got to do. That's part of the stuff that I put on my plate, the extra job that I have. So, you know, that's just a little insight on that. So I think now we are truly done with our day. Like I said, it's 5 o'clock. I'm going to go inside, relax, see what's on TV, We got HVAC nights in an hour and a half. So if you guys enjoyed the video, want to see more content like this, I don't know if you enjoy vlog style, like from a self-employed perspective. Some days I knock out 2, 5, 6 calls, whatever it is. Some days I only knock out 1, but then I have other responsibilities, right? So it changes constantly for me, but at the end of the day, it's 24/7, because later on tonight, I'm still gonna check my emails, I need to check on some invoices that haven't been paid yet. And thankfully tax season is done. That's already over with, but like there's always something. Restocking the van is something I gotta do, making sure we have all the tools. We got 2 new guys that are coming on board. So tons of things that we gotta deal with when we're not on the clock, right? Not our normal working hours. So like I said, if you guys enjoyed, drop a like, leave a comment. Remember to subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys.